Do you have a spouse that travels for work? Do you have a spouse in the military that has to deploy for months at a time? These tips are for you. I want to help you get through deployments, get through times when your spouse is gone for a longer length of time and you're dealing with everything by yourself. I want to help you do it well, and I want to give you a couple of tips that have worked for me in the past when my husband's been deployed for a few months at a time. I'm Leanne Poulin. I'm a life coach who helps women manage their stress, learn to speak up for themselves, and find a more balanced life. I want to help you deal with anxiety. I want to help you deal with stress and balance and work and all the things that you feel like you should do, and to find the things that you really want to do. If you want more information on what I do, my website is leannepoulincoaching.com, and you can visit the site. You can even set up your first call for free. It's a 30-minute free call with me to kind of talk through things and come up with a game plan if you want to move forward with this. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about deployments mainly because that's what I've dealt with. These tips might help you as well if your husband or your spouse travels for work a lot too, like each month if they're gone for a few weeks at a time or something. These things can still apply, but I'm going to be speaking mainly towards deployments in this video. So the main thing I can tell you with deployments is to keep a routine and a schedule. If you normally do certain things in the morning and you normally do certain things at night, I would say to stick with your routine. Don't change things up too crazy and just, do everything different. It's more stressful and it's harder on you, and especially if you have kids, it's harder on your kids. Kids thrive on routine, and I will say that over and over again because it's true. Kids don't need things to change any more than they already have when your husband is gone. And so keeping a routine, keeping things familiar and kind of the same will help a lot. For me, getting out of the house was critical. It made such a huge difference to me. Being home in our home when I knew that he wasn't coming back home that day or that week or even that month made it felt kind of suffocating to be home all the time. My kids were both really young. I was a stay-at-home mom. They were probably 1 and 3. And then another time he was gone, they were probably just a little bit older than that, like 2 and 4 or something. And so we were home a lot, and it was just me and the kids, and that's enough to make you crazy. Like, if you're a stay-at-home mom, you know what I'm talking about. If you're a mom at all, you know what I'm talking about, because you need adult conversation and adult interaction. You really do. And when you're not getting that and you're home with little kids and you're dealing with disagreements or tantrums or crying or whatever, and you're not getting any outlet for yourself, it's enough to make you crazy. So find an outlet, find a way out of the house, meet up with other moms, meet up with friends, get together, have some play dates, and just get some other connection for you during this time. Plan some fun things to do. Plan to go to places you don't normally go. Maybe there's some parks that are a little further away and you don't normally go to them because it's more of a hassle. Make it a special trip to that park and make it something that's a little bit different and a little bit more exciting and more fun for your kids. So plan some outings. Doesn't have to be crazy. It doesn't have to be like we're going to Disney World while daddy's gone, because that's a lot. Don't make it harder on yourself than it needs to be. But plan some things that are a little bit extra fun or a little different than what's normally your routine. Keep in contact with your spouse as much as you can. My husband was out on a boat and reception was spotty and we didn't get to talk that much. It was mainly emails whenever he would get them and whenever he could reply. And every once in a while we get to talk on the phone, but it was really hard to hear him and really frustrating to try to connect that way. But we did what we could. And when they would pull into port, he could FaceTime with us, and that was really fun. And so try to stay connected to them while they're gone. If you can talk every night while they're gone, that's great. Try to connect as much as you can. Let your kids talk to him, but mainly, make sure that you are staying connected as much as you can. For me, I would just write him an email, maybe every couple days about what we've been doing, just so he knew what we were up to. And so I felt like we were kind of connecting that way. I had to keep busy while my husband was gone. I came up with projects to do, whether that was going through the closet or reorganizing the kitchen or, refurnishing our coffee table, whatever it was. There was always some project that I wanted to get done and that I could work on while he was away. And so if you have those things that you've kind of been putting off but need to get done, just do it while they're gone. You'll feel accomplished and good about getting that completed, and it'll keep your mind off of everything else. It's okay to treat yourself sometimes too. I've talked to other spouses, other military spouses who almost look forward to when their husband's gone. And I'm not saying that you should look forward to it, but I'm saying make it so that there's fun things for you. Treat yourself to those shows that your husband doesn't really like, the girly movies or the certain treats that you don't usually eat. Don't go crazy with it. It's all, everything in moderation. But it's okay to treat yourself. It's okay to have fun things and just enjoy maybe your time. Maybe it's when the kids go to bed at night. Just make it so that you are getting a little bit of self-care in there too, because you're dealing with a lot. Having somebody to talk to and vent to during deployments or when your spouse is away is really important. For me, I needed it even before my husband went somewhere and was leaving, because I think I was almost worse in the anticipation of leading up to it. I'm one of those people that kind of dreads it when I know something's going to happen and I know it's going to be hard and I'm not looking forward to it. Then I'm already in it before he leaves. And so I don't want to put more pressure on him, and I don't want to make it harder on him. So you find somebody you can talk to. And for me, that was my older sister. My older sister's husband traveled a lot for work, and she knew where I was coming from, and she was there for me. And it helped me so much, and I'm so thankful for her. And I could just call her and vent and be freaking out and be worried, and she would listen, and she would encourage me, and she would calm me down, and she was there for me. And having that support is a huge deal when you feel isolated and alone during deployments. It could be other spouses or just a really good friend or somebody from church. It could be anything. And if you don't have that person, if you don't have somebody to talk to and you're dealing with a lot, you could go to my website and you can set up your call with me. I will listen. I will help you come up with some more tips, and we can talk through different things. And if you're feeling so stressed and so anxious and so worried or anything like that during a deployment and you don't have people, maybe you just moved, maybe you don't have really close friends that you feel like you could talk to, and you can't get a hold of your husband, and you don't have family nearby, whatever it is, you can go to my website. You can set up your first call, do the phone advice one, and we will talk and we will work through it. We will get you on track. These times when spouses are traveling and you're handling things all on your own and they're gone and they're missing you too and they don't like being away, they're stressful times for families. So give yourself some grace. Give yourself some time to adjust when he leaves. Know that first week is probably going to be really hard. Know that it's going to be hard when he comes back too. I remember I was so looking forward to when my husband would come back, and then it was like kind of weird when he was home. And that was surprising to me, and it kind of upset me. So there's going to be kind of a re-entry time once he's back. Just expect it. Give yourself grace. Work through it. Talk about it. Work through it together. I'm going to have another video talking about helping your kids survive a deployment and how to help them through some of the emotions and the things that they're feeling. So look out for that video, and just know that you're going to get through this.